All right, Shannon, I've heard you say something like that. So what do you make of what the commissioner had to say?
Commissioner Goodell said what I thought he would say, that this is a game that's played by humans, that's officiated by humans, and sometimes the human element comes into it, and they make mistakes. And this was an egregious non-call. But I don't want that, Skip, because let me tell you what's going to happen. If there is not a flag on the field, if, like you said, when you're watching at home and you don't see that little flag inbox, or you're watching in the stadium and you don't see that flag go on the field, and then all of a sudden you see officials huddling up, and then all of a sudden there is a flag on the field, you know what that's going to lead to, Skip Bayless. You don't want that. I don't want judgment calls subject to a flag not being thrown, and then all of a sudden here comes one, because it's not going to be a good look. Skip, this is a bad look. And as Commissioner said, this happened almost 2 weeks ago. Sunday will be 2 weeks that this flag, this non-call, what should have been a call, wasn't called. And we're still having Thursday before the Super Bowl, and we're still talking about it. And that clown, look, it seems to me that everything that goes wrong, if a D Ford, I'm sure there are people in Kansas City that blame Roger Goodell for that. No matter what transpires in the NFL, whether it has to do with Commissioner Goodell or not, it just seems that it's really easy to blame him. Now, I hope, Skip, and I don't want to be presumptuous, but it sure looked like the same color of shirt that Matt Patricia got off a plane with and had Commissioner Goodell with a clown nose on. Now, I hope that would be beneath Sean Payton. I just hope that it would be. But I don't really know what else they can expect the commissioner to do. He called Al Rivion, called Sean Payton after the end of the game and said, Sean, we blew it. That was a wrong call. And not only did we blow the PI, we blew the helmet to helmet. I'm sorry, there was nothing we can do. And as Commissioner said in his speech, there was never a thought for him to play that game over. Skip, I believe they have that rule in the book that the commissioner can order a continuation of a ball game. But I believe it has to do with natural disasters. Skip, you remember in 1989 when the earthquake? If something like that were to happen, or unforeseen or inclement weather, you have a thunderstorm or lightning for extended periods of time, or a deluge, something like that in a playoff game. I'm not so sure in a regular season game they will all order a continuation. But in a playoff game where someone has to move on, they would order a continuation. And I believe that's what the rule was in place for a judgment call, because if that's the case, Skip, what are they going to do about Bountygate? All them low hits they're going to do on Brett Favre. Are they going to call all those helmet to helmet? Are they going to call those back, Skip? Are they going to play that game over? Of course not. It would be ridiculous for a bad call to go back and replay or try to replay any parts of the game that, no. I don't want that, Skip. Commissioner said what I thought he would say, and it's just time to move on because there's nothing that can be done to replay this game.
I'm sorry. I'm still angry about this. And I got angrier the more I listened to our commissioner yesterday. I'm not surprised by anything he said.
Absolutely nothing.
It's just the way he does business as the commissioner that he's been for this league. That was vintage Roger Goodell. And I want to make it clear, I have a lot of respect for this man because he hasn't done just a good job running this league. He's done a great job as far as making it profitable. I cannot argue. What does he want to hit? Some billion?
25 billion.
5 billion, and he's almost there. Okay, so you can't fault the businessman that he is. And it's hard to sort of juggle the egos of 32 owners or ownership groups. It's hard. It's a hard job. But he always takes of least resistance. He's always reactive instead of proactive. There's no outward display of leadership. He's not going to set the tone. He's going to react to the tone when he finally gets backed into a corner and has to react to it. He's going to duck and he's going to dodge. And that's what he did yesterday. And he gives you nothing. He gives me no hope for the future, because I know you've been using that word human element all week. I just don't want to hear it. He said it's a game played by humans, coached by humans, and ref by humans. Well, let's not even play it anymore, because we're all messed up, right? We're all weak, and we're all fallible, right? We're all flawed. And yet, I love this game. You love this game. And I want him to give me a little hope that the humans can make this game the best they can make it, instead of saying, hey, what can we do? We're all human. Well, take as much of the human element out of refereeing as you possibly can. Just give us some nuggets, some hope, some little light at the very end of the tunnel. And I hear what you say. You go back to the past and say, what about that? You can't fix those, but you can fix it in the future. There's a way to eliminate what happened. There's some fail-safe that you can impose upon the rules whereby somebody gets to correct a non-call that wasn't made that decided the Super Bowl team. And again, we can argue all day and the rest of the night about what that is. I proposed last 2 weeks ago, Monday, obviously, just at least in the last 2 minutes, on the ball plays down the field, at least make those reviewable. If you want to make them challengeable with some kind of penalty involved, where if you miss the challenge, you lose the football or you lose time or you get penalized 15 yards, fine. But help me out. Give me a fail-safe that would correct the human element that failed that Sunday.
But here's the thing that's going to happen, Skip, because then you're going to have a coach that says, okay, I know you say you want on-ball spot fouls, but in order for that on-ball spot foul to occur, there was a running back holding in the backfield. There's an offensive line holding. You remember last year, Skip, in the NBA Finals, they replayed to see if LeBron James was in the restricted area on a charge foul to Kevin Durant. When they went back and they said it was a foul. Because so now they went back and reviewed the totality of the entire play, not just whether or not LeBron James was in the restricted area. So you're opening up Pandora's box here. Did that game
decide the NBA Finals last year? It was a sweep.
But that's what, Skip, but here's the thing. If they don't do that, Kevin Durant got 2 free throws. Remember, that was supposed to be clean. They called a charge on Kevin Durant. That would have been the Cavaliers' ball up by 1. Remember, Kevin Durant hit the shot, and now all of a sudden, what happened? They're down 1. Well, so that changes the landscape of the play. That changes the totality of the entire play.
And for sure, we can't legislate tantrums out of basketball because LeBron threw a tantrum at the end of game 1.
There you go. See, Skip, I tried to make a point.
Write that into the rules.
See, you know
no
what, Skip?
tantrums allowed at the end of regulation.
This is what I'm talking about. Right? This is what I'm talking about. See, I knew you were going to try to sneak a little low blow in on LeBron James.
The NBA Finals in there, and they got swept. All I know, this was a flashpoint moment. Everybody agrees. Wrong call, wrong non-call.
Wrong call, absolutely.
And decided the game. And again, I can give you 99% and you can give me 1%. What if they messed it up? What if they fumbled or threw some stupid pass that got intercepted? What if? But 99% sure that the New Orleans Saints would be in Atlanta right now.
Your team, you remember your team? Your team had an opportunity to kick the game-winning field goal, Tony Romo's first year starting. What happened to that snap, Skip?
Well, it was a slick ball. They snuck a slick ball in.
Now, you know what, Skip? That's y'all ball. But that just goes to show you, because there's no such thing unless the guy catches the ball and crosses the goal line. So field goals are not automatic. We just automatically assume, because you're assuming that they're just going to take a knee, try to run the ball, they get held out, or they take a knee, run, 15, 20, all the way down. You said it would have been like something like 25 to 30 seconds on the clock.
It could have been as low as 15 if you nailed it, if you really did milk the clock right.
Well, tell me why Sean Payton threw the pass on first down.
Okay, well, that's before this happened, right?
So
I can only go to the flashpoint moment. I can do all kinds of what-ifs before that.
So in other words, Sean Payton made some mistakes along the way also, right?
Well, sure. We can go back and pick the game to pieces. We can pick every game to pieces. And please don't compare a Tony Romo game to a Drew Brees game, because they don't belong in the same sentence.
No, I'm just no.
I got
my point. No. You know what my point was, Skip Bayless. My point is that field goals aren't automatic. We've seen Billy Cundiff had a game time field goal in New England, and he kicked it to Westchester.
99% sure. And I felt for Sean Payton yesterday. He looked like he'd been on some kind of bender. He just looked like it had been a long week for him.
It looked like he had been eating ice cream.
Yeah.
It looked like he had been eating ho-hos and is locked up in his bathroom.
I love that quote.
Do I believe, maybe because I want to believe, that was a Commissioner Clown T-shirt? Yeah, I couldn't tell for sure. It wouldn't stand up.
I hope not, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip, at what point in time do we stop blaming the commissioner for anything and everything that happens in the NFL? Somebody jumps offside, somebody gets a holding call, somebody gets a DUI. I mean, we work under Fox. Mr. Murdoch is not responsible for something Shannon Sharp did in Atlanta, Georgia. We got at some point in time we got to have some accountability.
Wait.
Now the official, Skip.
Yeah. Did you do something that we don't know about? Or?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm
Not yet.
checking.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'm home, so that thing gonna be swept up under the rug. But anyway, Skip, I get it. The officiating falls up under, Commissioner Goodell. He's the commissioner of the NFL. But I don't really know what they want him to do. You know, and I know, Skip, they were never, ever. Now we can't say 99. We're gonna say 100% certain they were not going to play this game over. Sean Payton, and nobody else will.